Introduction of social media marketing. Some folks believe that just putting out viral content will flood your website with tons of overnight traffic. The idea is, if you can get a lot of people to visit your site, a good chunk of them will buy whatever you're selling, whether it's services, an event, or products from an online store. But hold on. According to this belief, you just need loads of traffic from viral content on social media, and voila, you'll get the conversions you're looking for. There's this assumption that social traffic, from any platform and no matter how you qualify it, easily turns into sales. Unfortunately, none of these assumptions are true. In reality, they're all tragically mistaken. If you buy into these ideas, don't be surprised if you end up spending a lot of time, effort, and money only to have nothing to show for it. Welcome to the club. Effective social media marketing can be boiled down to one metaphor. Master this metaphor, and you might just make money on autopilot with social media traffic. Mess it up or remain clueless about it, and you'll keep struggling. You might keep chasing after that unicorn, only to end up tired and frustrated. But it doesn't have to be this way. You just need the right metaphor or the right conceptual model to make social media marketing work for you. Best of all, you can make it work on autopilot. You've probably heard about those set it and forget it systems. Maybe you've even bought one of those products. Well, they're on the right track in terms of their label. Social media marketing can be automated and mastered to the point where it can produce income long after you've set it up. But getting there is another story, and unfortunately, most people aren't willing to pay the price. They love shortcuts but aren't willing to take the stairs to get to the top. In the back of their minds, they're hoping for some kind of elevator. But there's no shortcut. You have to work with this metaphor. So, what am I getting at? The secret to effective social media marketing is an inverted pyramid, shaped like a funnel. That's the metaphor you should have in your mind when thinking about getting traffic from social networks and turning it into cold hard cash in your bank account. Keep this idea of an inverted pyramid in your mind. It should have a wide base at the top, with heavy visibility. You need to be visible on the major social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. Together, these platforms can potentially bring a tremendous amount of traffic. But that's just part of the equation, just the top of the funnel. You can potentially push a lot of traffic from the top because that's how wide the top of the funnel is. This training will focus on these 4 platforms, but you can use the tips I'll share and tweak them for other platforms. Many of these principles easily apply, with a bit of modification. For example, if you're thinking of marketing on Instagram, you can adjust what I'll teach you about Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest to work well on the Instagram platform. Now that you have a clear idea of the heavy visibility you can achieve with social media, remember that visibility doesn't mean traffic or clicks to your site. This is a myth. The visibility I'm talking about means being seen on those platforms. When people share your content within those platforms, you can reach a lot of users. But this doesn't mean that when you share content on Facebook, people will automatically click on it. Get that idea out of your head. Raw visibility, or Facebook's term for it, reach, doesn't automatically mean traffic. Instead, you need to start with heavy content visibility on each platform. People must see your stuff. You need to achieve a wide enough reach. People may not necessarily click through to your site, but that's okay for now. You just want your brand to be visible. You want people to become familiar with your brand. But why does visibility matter if it doesn't mean actual visitors to your website? Think about it. When was the last time you saw an ad for the first time and immediately clicked it? Most people want to see the ad a few times before considering clicking it. The same goes for your content on social media platforms. Just because you have catchy titles and attention-grabbing graphics doesn't mean you'll get tons of clicks to your website. People need to be comfortable and familiar enough with your content to click on it. When people do click on your content shared through social media, they get a chance to like your page, follow your Twitter feed, pin your posts, or subscribe to your YouTube channel. They stay on the platform, but they become part of your audience. This is the second stage of the social media funnel or inverted pyramid. You have to develop some in-platform credibility. Your content shouldn't be random. Even if people don't click on it, they should see enough similarity in branding and graphics to make your brand stand out. They may not be motivated to click, but with repetition through social media channels and targeting specific topics and hashtags, your brand becomes recognizable. Once people start checking your content on social media, you can then send them a call to action, CTA. This content recruits people to your mailing list. The social content you share offers some incentive, maybe a free booklet or software. Regardless, there's some giveaway to encourage people to click on the link, enter their email address, and join your mailing list. Whether it's freebies, special content, or tickets to an online webinar, the end game is to get people on your list. When you look at the funnel, the end game is to get people to that narrow end. It's something more valuable. At that end, you're not necessarily getting them to click on an ad to buy something. It's something more valuable. You're calling them to action to join your list. You're converting your social media reach, the top end of the funnel, into list membership at the very bottom of the inverted pyramid. That's where the magic happens. Once people join your list, because you've successfully incentivized them to enter their email on your squeeze page, you get a tremendous opportunity to build a long-term sales relationship. People giving you their email addresses are saying they trust you enough for a business relationship. Don't abuse that trust. Don't send them spam. Stay on message. If you can do this, you'll have a tremendous opportunity to shape the conversation, sell, and convert your list over the long haul. Many successful list marketers make 7 figures every year, and all they have is a mailing list. It depends on how you build that list, who's on it, and what you're selling. Either way, you can turn what would be a huge amount of social media reach into a loyal list. That's the secret to effective social media marketing. You probably haven't heard this before, and that's because most social media marketing books try to trick you into thinking you just need to harvest traffic from social media. Maybe that worked when Facebook first launched nationally, but it doesn't work today. So, what do? Sadly, this is where too many marketers fail. They screw this up. Now that you know the secret, here's some bad news. This is precisely where too many marketers mess up. When they're sending social media content, they promote their squeeze page directly. Although the squeeze page gives away freebies and incentivizes people to sign up, this is too much too soon. Not surprisingly, many marketers burn through exposure just to get people on their list. Worse, when these people join their mailing list, they're completely unprepared. They don't know what to expect. They're not properly conditioned. Many of them aren't even qualified to be on the list. They end up doing a whole lot of nothing. This is actually the worst kind of list member. It's much better to have a tiny list than a huge one where almost nobody puts money in your pockets. You'll be paying for those list squatters month after month. Alternatively, you might attract list bouncers, people who join your list just to get whatever premium you're offering, download it, and then promptly unsubscribe. The secret to effective modern social media marketing. Effective social media marketing means using your social media traffic and highly effective content shared on social media to build successful relationships. Your email list is going to be the platform you use to convert the relationships made possible through all that social media traffic.